The biggest whodunit mystery in WWE just got solved in the most shocking and game-changing way possible, and when Roman Reigns revealed who's been attacking CM Punk for weeks, the person who cost Punk his WarGames spot, who's been stalking him backstage, who's made his life hell, nobody in the arena or watching at home could believe who the tribal chief just exposed. This wasn't just revealing a name, this was Roman orchestrating the entire conspiracy from the beginning, pulling strings behind the scenes while everyone suspected the wrong people, and now that the truth is out, the entire landscape of WWE Raw has been flipped upside down heading into Survivor Series. By the time I break down who the attacker is, why they've been targeting Punk, how Roman has been manipulating this entire situation, and what this revelation means for WarGames and every major storyline on Raw, you're going to understand why this might be the most brilliant and most diabolical plan Roman Reigns has ever executed. Let me start by recapping the mystery that's been driving everyone crazy for weeks, because understanding the buildup makes the reveal even more devastating. CM Punk has been systematically attacked multiple times over the past month, ambushed backstage after matches, jumped in parking garages, found laid out in his locker room. Each attack was brutal and left Punk increasingly paranoid and frustrated. The attacks escalated until one particularly vicious assault left Punk injured enough that he had to be pulled from his WarGames team, creating chaos as his team scrambled to find a replacement, and Punk began his investigation into who was targeting him. The suspects were numerous and all had potential motives. Was it someone from Punk's past with an old grudge? Was it a younger wrestler trying to make a name by taking out a legend? Was it someone from an opposing WarGames team trying to weaken Punk's side? WWE played into all these theories, showing different wrestlers acting suspicious, cutting promos with cryptic messages, creating red herrings that kept fans guessing and debating on social media about who the attacker could be. Then came the Raw segment that changed everything. Roman Reigns' music hit, immediately surprising because Roman typically appears on SmackDown, not Raw. The tribal chief walked out with that confidence and authority that says something important is about to happen. Paul Heyman was with him, carrying a tablet that suggested they had evidence or information to share. The crowd was buzzing with anticipation because Roman doesn't show up on another brand without a significant reason. Roman got in the ring, took the microphone from Heyman, and addressed the situation directly. For weeks, everyone's been asking the same question: who's been attacking CM Punk? Who's been stalking him, hurting him, costing him his WarGames spot? People have been guessing, speculating, throwing out names like it's some kind of game. Well, I'm here to end the speculation. I'm here to reveal the truth. Because unlike the rest of you, I actually know who's been attacking Punk. I know because I've been watching. And what I'm about to tell you is going to change everything you think you know about what's been happening on Raw. The arena went silent with anticipation. Roman continued, the person who's been attacking CM Punk, the person who's been making his life miserable, who cost him his WarGames spot, at someone Punk never saw coming. Someone he trusted. Someone who's been hiding in plain sight this entire time. Roman paused for dramatic effect, letting the tension build to unbearable levels. Then he said the name that made the entire wrestling world explode: it's Sami Zayn. The crowd reaction was nuclear shock, disbelief, confusion, excitement, all happening simultaneously. Sami Zayn? The lovable underdog? The guy who's been Punk's friend and ally? The wrestler who helped Punk when he first returned to WWE? That Sami Zayn has been the one systematically destroying Punk from the shadows? It seemed impossible, which is exactly why it worked so perfectly as a reveal. But Roman wasn't done explaining. I know what you're thinking, Sami. Why would Sami do this? Let me enlighten you. Sami Zayn has been living in CM Punk's shadow since Punk came back. Every time Sami had a moment, Punk overshadowed it. Every time Sami built momentum, Punk's return took the spotlight. Sami's been frustrated, resentful, watching this part-timer come back and immediately get positioned above him despite Sami being here every week for years grinding and earning respect. And that resentment turned into rage, which turned into attacks. Sami couldn't beat Punk politically or in the spotlight, so he decided to beat him physically from the shadows. The logic of Roman's explanation was compelling and made the reveal feel earned rather than random. It tapped into real tensions about part-timers versus full-timers, about veterans getting opportunities over deserving talent, about frustration boiling over into violence. And the fact that Roman was the one exposing this added another layer. Why does Roman know this? What's his angle? How is he involved? Roman answered those questions. How do I know all this? Because Sami came to me. He reached out to the tribal chief looking for guidance, for validation, for permission to do what he felt needed to be done. And you know what I told him? I told him to do what he had to do. I told him that if CM Punk was standing in his way, then move him. I didn't tell Sami to attack Punk, that was his choice. But I encouraged it. I enabled it. Because it served my purposes to have Punk distracted, injured, removed from WarGames. And now that my purposes have been served, now that Punk is out of the way and chaos has been created, now I reveal the truth. Because that's what I do. I manipulate. I control. I win. That admission that Roman had been orchestrating this entire situation from behind the scenes was stunning. Roman just confessed to being the puppet master who encouraged Sami's attacks on Punk for his own strategic benefit. That makes Roman complicit in the assaults even if he didn't throw the punches himself. And it positions Roman as the true villain of this story, the architect of Punk's misery who stayed in the shadows while Sami did the dirty work. Then came the moment that took this from shocking reveal to complete chaos. Sami Zayn's music hit, and he walked out not with his usual friendly demeanor, but with intensity and anger. Sami got in the ring and stood next to Roman, confirming the accusation through his presence and his body language. The crowd was booing intensely, unable to reconcile their image of lovable Sami with the reality of what he'd done to Punk. Sami grabbed a microphone and delivered a promo that justified his actions. Roman's right. I did attack Punk. Multiple times. And I'd do it again. Because I'm tired of being overlooked. I'm tired of working my ass off every single week while guys like Punk show up whenever they feel like it and get treated like gods. I helped Punk when he came back. I extended friendship. And how did he repay me? By taking opportunities that should have been mine. By getting priority booking that I earned through years of dedication. So yes, I attacked him. I hurt him. I cost him WarGames. And I don't regret it for a second. The heel turn was complete. Sami just admitted to and defended attacking Punk from behind, aligning himself with Roman Reigns, and establishing himself as someone who's willing to do anything to get what he feels he deserves. The transformation from lovable underdog to bitter, resentful villain was instant and supported by logical character motivation that made it feel earned rather than forced. CM Punk's response when he stormed out was exactly what you'd expect: pure rage. Punk tried to get to the ring to attack both Roman and Sami, but security held him back. Punk was screaming about betrayal, about being stabbed in the back, about how he's going to destroy both Roman and Sami for what they did. The visual of Punk being held back while Roman and Sami stood in the ring smirking at his impotent rage was powerful storytelling that immediately established the dynamics of this new rivalry. Now let's break down the implications of this reveal because it affects everyone and everything. For CM Punk, this is personal betrayal on multiple levels. Betrayed by someone he considered a friend, manipulated by Roman, cost his WarGames spot through conspiracy. Punk now has targets for his revenge and clear motivation for violence against both Sami and Roman. That personal element makes this feud more compelling than generic wrestlers fight over championships storylines. For Sami Zayn, this is a complete character reinvention. Sami's been a babyface underdog for so long that this heel turn feels fresh and gives him new dimensions to explore as a performer. The resentment-driven villain who feels overlooked is a relatable motivation that gives Sami depth beyond just bad guy who does bad things. And aligning with Roman gives Sami protection and elevation that he wouldn't have as a solo heel. For Roman Reigns, this demonstrates his continued dominance and strategic superiority over everyone else in WWE. Roman didn't need to attack Punk himself, he got someone else to do it while keeping his own hands clean, until he chose to reveal his involvement. That puppet master dynamic reinforces Roman's position as the smartest, most dangerous person in WWE who's always 3 steps ahead of everyone else. The WarGames implications are massive because Punk's team now knows they lost their member due to conspiracy rather than bad luck or legitimate injury. That creates calls for justice, for Punk to be reinstated to the match, or for some kind of compensation. It also creates questions about whether Roman had people on other teams working for him, whether there are more revelations coming, whether anyone can trust their teammates knowing Roman might have infiltrated multiple teams. The match that will inevitably happen between Punk and Sami is now loaded with emotion and stakes. This isn't just a wrestling match, this is Punk getting revenge on someone who betrayed his trust and attacked him from behind. The match needs to be brutal and personal, probably with a stipulation that allows for the kind of violence this storyline deserves. And there's the question of whether Roman interferes to protect his asset or whether Sami has to prove he can beat Punk without help. What Roman Reigns did by revealing Sami Zayn as CM Punk's attacker wasn't just solving a mystery, it was exposing his own brilliant manipulation while simultaneously creating new chaos that he can continue to exploit. Whether you're furious at Sami for betraying Punk, impressed by Roman's strategic genius, or excited about the matches and storylines this creates, one thing is certain: WWE just delivered one of the most shocking and well-executed reveals in years, and the fallout is going to dominate programming for months as Punk seeks revenge, Sami tries to justify his actions, and Roman continues pulling strings from the shadows. The mystery is solved, but the chaos is just beginning.